try to break out here. And looks like Goodfriend's gone for an attack at the northern side disruptor here. He's going to try to pick it off and do a raid from the northern side. And I should have mentioned that Nada actually has an expansion at the 1 o'clock position. It looks like Nada is going to be attacking here at the 7 o'clock position with this one Wraith. Meanwhile, Nada's bringing up some forces to defend his 1 o'clock position expansion here. And so both players equal on expansions, actually. Both players at 3 bases total. And it looks like, these vultures are taking way too long, though, to kill this side disruptor. It does have a lot of HP, and vultures aren't that great against it. And one tank could take care of protecting that side disruptor for quite a while, if Nada places a tank behind it. And it looks like Nada just scouting northwards with his Wraith. He's going to see the vultures have gone home, and he is going to bring his units back, it seems. Now it looks like a couple of units. No, actually, those weren't units on the map. Those were just these neutral side disruptors. So it looks like Goodfriend's going to try destroying some of his own side disruptors here on the left side of the map, just to give himself another avenue to go to the middle of the map. Nada, meanwhile, looks like he's satisfied with pushing out. Looks like he's got enough troops here to take out the mines while attack moving. And looks like the side disruptor will go down here for Goodfriend. Looks like he's just killing one of them so far. Nada getting a little bit of position here in front of his base. Trying to push out a little bit just to make sure he doesn't get hemmed in too closely. And a starport finally going up for Goodfriend here. Nada's already got his first dropship out, though, and it will be important to see how much damage he can do with this dropship. And another mine going off on Nada's tanks here. His mines have been quite effective from Goodfriend in dealing damage to these tanks, although it hasn't killed any tanks outright just yet. Engineering Bay also going up for Nada. And looks like he's, I think he was getting upgrades at his armory. Nada with 2 dropships already. Looks like he's about to load up. And Nada's trying to get this mineral only here. I feel like it might be safer to get the mineral only at the 3 o'clock position instead, but Nada is going to try for this one. And looks like Nada's leaving the Wraith there to scout. The Wraith is going to get taken down with his Goliath, though. No, actually it doesn't, because Goodfriend was attacking directly for the side disruptor. So Nada's going to have to push northward to deal with this. He might use his dropships to do so, but he might also use his dropships for a counterattack right now. It looks like a lot of tanks and Goliaths going in. There's a big attack going on in the north here. Nada's bringing some reinforcements up. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, to deal with this very large force. 5 Goliaths and 5 tanks now entering that area. And it looks like Nada's going to bring in his dropships. Goodfriend not targeting the dropships, though. And Nada has dropped on top of, but not on top of the tanks, but around the tanks. And Nada actually is going to be able to take down the tanks regardless, though. He has gotten a good surround around Goodfriend's tanks, and he has taken out all of his units. So good drop there, good side attack and drop from Nada, taking out most of the army here. But Goodfriend's got 4 vultures behind the mineral lines there, and Nada's not reacting fast enough. Nada needs to move this tank over into range here. I don't know what he's doing. I think he was just a little bit preoccupied there. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs here, actually. A little careless by Nada. Bad micro. It loses a number of SCVs there. But meanwhile, Nada has pushed out. Perhaps that was what he was concerned about at the point. And looks like he will be met by a large force of Goodfriend's troops. But I think Nada's army on the ground is going to be larger than Goodfriend's after this skirmish. And it looks like Goodfriend has more tanks in this area, though, so Goodfriend will be able to hold here. Meanwhile, Nada is setting up for a drop at the 7 o'clock position, but Goodfriend's quite well prepared there. Hopefully Nada knows there's mines there. I don't know if he knows about them, but if he lands right next to the missile turrets, he could be in for some disaster here. It looks like he's not going to land on top of them, though, luckily for him. But looks like he is going to trigger some of them here, not losing any of his units, though, but taking a lot of damage with those from those spider mines, rather. It looks like another Goliath getting hit there. So his Goliaths are going to be very low on HP, and they could be taken out by the SCVs even. And looks like Goodfriend's trying to protect this area here by bringing more troops down, and he might be able to break open here. It looks like Goliath's moving down here, and Nada's Goliaths only have 1 hit, like I said, so they might not be able to take out these this command center in time, but looks like he's going for SCVs, actually, and he's going to pick off most of the SCVs here at this corner position, but at the cost of his attacking force. Meanwhile, Nada has loaded up 5 dropships worth of forces, a lot of forces out for Nada, actually. He's managed to just continuously build dropships this entire time, and he's got a huge dropship fleet now. But a lot of missile turrets up for Goodfriend, so Goodfriend's definitely anticipated Nada going for a big drop like this, and Nada will not be able to get through that area, at least, without losing 1 or 2 of his dropships. But looks like Nada's going to go in, and regardless, he loses 1 dropship, but he is going to set up a siege here, and looks like he's going to go for the supply depots and for the factories. He can easily go for those right now. And Goodfriend really has nothing in his base in terms of fighting units here. He's going to be in huge trouble very soon. Loses his science facility already. And Nada could be targeting those supply depots, actually, just trying to take them out and deny Goodfriend any reinforcements. Goodfriend's bringing in SCVs now. Looks like the SCVs, he uses SCVs to kill one of the tanks with splash damage. Meanwhile, he's got 4 tanks sieged up now as they're produced from the factories. And looks like he will stop this attack now with these four tanks. But it actually looks like they're not in range of the last remaining tank from Nada. Looks like he's going to try to snipe off that armory there. Meanwhile, Nada perhaps setting up another attack at the 7 o'clock position. Nada's just very good at multitasking here. No, looks like he's going to try to break this contain here, and he does break this little bit of a defensive line here just by a simple drop. Good move there by Nada. And looks like his armory is going to get taken down here. Goodfriend now finally taking care of it with his siege tanks and a scan. But Nada has gotten all the way into the natural expansion of Goodfriend, and looks like Nada will be able to take this game here. I am going to call this game in Nada's favor because Nada has just taken down so many SCVs so far in this game. He's taken down SCVs from all 3 of Goodfriend's bases, and now he's all over the natural expansion. He might be able to stop this command center from mining pretty soon. I actually say he will be able to because Goodfriend's production can't be very good. Meanwhile, Nada's getting double expansions at the 12 and 6 o'clock positions. He's very confident in his lead in this game and wanting to just lead it, just extend it even further while Goodfriend's busy. And Nada just pumping out factories, pumping out units. He's got a lot more dropships, and he's going for another attack at a different direction. Every time he attacks, he seems like he goes for a different area, which is quite effective. But there are a lot of mines and missile turrets here, so he might lose some units here to the mines. It looks like he won't, but he will lose all of his dropships. But at the cost of all the SCVs, once again, I believe will get taken out here. Actually, they might be able to surround the tanks and take the tanks out. But regardless, good amount of damage being done here. Yeah, it looks like they will surround the tanks and take them out. Nada now going for a ground attack. It looks like his forces inside of Goodfriend's main were taken out. But I feel that at this point Nada has definitely entered his element of the game, the part of the game where he shines the most, which is the mid to late game here, with the dropship play, with the mechanized play. Just really good play here from Nada. And looks like Goodfriend's just resorting to building a lot of missile turrets everywhere, but he really just has such a small ground army that soon he just won't be able to contest an attack at his main base. And it looks like Nada actually trying to break through the side disruptor so he gets another avenue attack into the 7 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Nada transferring SCVs, he's going to get both expansions up at the 12 and 6 without any harm being done to him. And it looks like Goodfriend never made those dropships. He did have a starport up, but I haven't seen a single red dropship yet in the game, or a Wraith, so it looks like he's just not been using those starport. And looks like Nada will now be able to drive some ground forces into this area. And now he's going to be able to take down everything. It looks like Goodfriend's trying to reinforce by bringing forces over there, but Nada at least stops mining here. Goodfriend might be setting up for a complete counterattack, though. We don't know yet. He might be going for sort of a desperation attack at Nada's main himself, or he could be trying to reinforce. Looks like Goodfriend is going to be going for a counterattack here at the 6 o'clock position, but Nada can afford to lose that and still do just fine. Meanwhile, Goodfriend is going to lose the 7 o'clock expansion. Nada's going to lose the 6 o'clock expansion, but that's one of Nada's, I think, 5 expansion bases, so he's fine right now, whereas Goodfriend only has 3 expansion bases, and he's losing one of them. Meanwhile, Nada doing another drop here, trying to save his 6 o'clock position, actually. It looks like he may be able to. No, it looks like the tanks are a little bit... Actually, no, Nada looks like he's going to take down Goodfriend's army here. Good work there, once again coming in from both sides and taking down all the tanks from Goodfriend. I think this is going to be a good game for Goodfriend anytime soon now. Goodfriend really just has absolutely nothing to answer here. And Nada just starting off with a slight lead and extending his lead, using his dropships perfectly in this game. And, you know, I think really some very small differences at the beginning. The fact that Goodfriend was a little slower in getting his first factory out, a little slower in getting his command center out. All those translated into a victory for Nada, just on a mirror matchup. You really can't afford to be that much slower than your opponent. And yeah, it looks like Goodfriend will not be able to continue in this tournament. Nada will face Shark, it appears, the Zerg player, in the final matchup. I have good hopes for Nada there. I hope these hopes aren't unfounded. I hope Nada doesn't choke, or really that Shark doesn't pull off something miraculous, but I am biased, of course. Shark really just didn't show amazing performance against Goodfriend in Game 2. I feel the only reason Shark won is because of Goodfriend's mistake and a really lucky attack. So I think Nada's strongest matchup statistically is against Zerg at 61%. I think Nada will do fine against Shark in Game 5 here. And yeah, now Goodfriend pulling out his SCVs, and Goodfriend GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been Game 4, the losers final. Goodfriend leaves the tournament. By the way, Lucifer did progress out of his group, so Shark will fight Nada in the final game, and the winner of that will also leave the group. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Cholera, signing off.